That's right, Drew Barrymore and John Heald in the cruise news. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Cruise News Central with Joseph.
MSC Cruises really spent the big bucks on advertising for the new World America cruise ship. They paid $14 million to run a commercial during the Super Bowl this year that starred megastars Drew Barrymore and Orlando Bloom to promote the new ship. The commercial used stereotypes to try and sell the ship. Orlando Bloom having a sophisticated European demeanor, and Drew Barrymore portrayed a kind of loose and carefree American character. Drew and Orlando were once again aboard the World America this week, taking place in the christening of the ship where a bottle of champagne is broke over the bow. Drew Barrymore was also given the title of Godmother of the World America. What comes with that responsibility? I'm not sure. The World America is scheduled to leave port on Sunday, April 12th for its first official cruise. It will head out on a 7-night Eastern and Western Caribbean itinerary. A cruise port in Kenya called Mombasa is pushing back against allegations that there were a gang of 50 men who were robbing cruise passengers as they explored the area around the port. Authorities of Kenya are saying that the accounts are greatly exaggerated, that there was one isolated incident that took place in which 2 teenagers stole a passenger's cell phone. The police also arrested the 2 teenagers and no one was injured. The U.S. Department of State has updated its advisory on Kenya with several regional do not travel advisories. The areas include the Kenya-Somalia border counties, coastal area, and parts of north and northwestern Kenya. Despite the recent incident and changing travel advisory by the U.S. Department of State, Kenya has assured visitors that the country is safe and welcoming to tourists. The more I think about this story, the less sure I am what to believe. If it was just a couple of teenagers, how did it get turned into 50 thugs were walking the streets looking for victims? It would be in the interest of Mombasa to downplay the story if possible. It's just kind of odd that there are such huge extremes. It's either 50 thugs or 2 kids being kids. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
First at 4:30, an effort to increase taxes on cruise ships has drawn a legal threat from the industry. Executives say if their customers have to pay more, they may stop cruising here. And as Daryl Huff reports, lawmakers say they're only demanding the cruise passengers pay what other visitors do.
The already very expensive state of Hawaii wants to get a little more out of the pockets of cruise passengers. State lawmakers have passed bills to impose new taxes on cruise ship passengers, proposing either a per-person fee or an 11% tax on cabins, matching the transit accommodations tax paid by hotel and vacation rental guests. Representative Adrian Tam, House Tourism Committee Chair, says the goal is fairness. He notes that cruise ships benefit from Hawaii's natural attractions like beaches and coral reefs and should contribute to their preservation. He thinks that the taxes are affordable and is calling the cruise lines bluff that they will stop coming to Hawaii because of the increase. The cruise industry, on the other hand, is strongly opposed. Attorneys representing major lines, including Norwegian Cruise Line, have threatened legal action if the taxes are enacted, arguing they violate maritime law under the U.S. Constitution. Norwegian's executive vice president, Daniel Farkas, explains that the port taxes should only cover harbor services, not additional fees. He estimates the proposed tax could add $500 to a family of 5-day cruise, on top of the $100 already paid in fees and excise tax. Farkas warns that such costs might drive cruise lines to other destinations, as ships can relocate easily compared to land-based resorts. But lawmakers counter that cruise passengers currently pay less in taxes than other tourists, creating an uneven system. It'll be interesting to see where this goes. Would you bring your family to Hawaii on a cruise if it was going to be $500 more? Or would you find a different tropical destination? Carnival Cruise Line made some big announcements about the future of their company this week. And that should be the story here. But Carnival customers are not shy about saying what they really think. Major announcements have been flying out of Carnival Cruises the last few days, as the cruise line has announced the names of its brand new XL-class ships coming in 2027 and 2028. The Carnival Festivale and the Carnival Tropicale. The Festivale will feature 3 new zones, 2 of which are music-themed and promise an immersive experience. Another change is the new Sunsation Point area, where you will find an epic, family-friendly water park filled with 6 water slides. This will replace the Bolt roller coaster found on the current XL class ships. Perhaps the most interesting announcement by Carnival was what they are calling Project Ace. 3 ships are coming in the future with over 3,000 rooms and ready to hold 8,000 passengers. A mega cruise ship. These gigantic vessels will be realized over the next 7 years, starting in 2029. What do you think? Is Carnival making the right moves with these new mega ships? After announcing that they will be making mega cruise ships for the next 7 years, Carnival Cruise passengers have been flocking to social media expressing their absolute disappointment. On Carnival brand ambassador John Heald's social media page, comment after comment after comment by loyal Carnival cruisers are stating that they like the smaller and mid-sized ships like the Carnival Magic and the Carnival Vista way more than the nautical giants like the Mardi Gras and the Celebration. Comments suggest that people feel that the service and personal touch are sacrificed on the bigger megaships. Although most seem to agree that the variety of food is better. Is it possible that Carnival wasn't listening to what its loyal customer base actually wants in a cruise ship? What do you think? Are you excited to get on a new mega ship, or will you be sticking with the older, smaller ships? Have you ever felt unsafe visiting places in the Caribbean? There has been a big uptick in crime lately and water-related injuries. This has prompted the Department of State to issue a Level 2 travel advisory. I'm going to roll the story in a second here, but for more of a deep dive on the travel advisory, check out this video that I just put together that has all the details and the information. I'll leave a link in the description. The Department of State has released a Level 2 travel advisory for the Bahamas. Now, Level 2 doesn't mean don't travel there, but instead to exercise increased caution. They go on to detail a rise in crime, swimming-related risks, and in the list of things to keep in mind, they mention that there have been sexual assaults by jet ski operators, that the jet skis and boats used for port activities may not be safe, and that the watercraft operators will sometimes completely ignore weather forecasts. As far as beach safety, they warn never to swim alone, to be aware of jet skis operating close to the shore, to stay aware of sharks, and to be aware of your own fitness and swimming capabilities. The travel advisory also points out that Nassau and Freeport are where most crimes occur. Will this detour you from cruising to the Bahamas? Carnival brand ambassador John Heald addressed 2 very unrelated topics on his social media, calling out cruise ship toilet cloggers and people who smuggle alcohol onto the ship. Acknowledging that Carnival toilet paper is not the greatest, he urged people to stop flushing wet wipes down the toilet. The cruise ship TP is actually made to work with the unique plumbing on a ship. So anything you flush besides it is going to probably result in yours and other plumbing getting clogged. John also talked about the folks who go on Amazon and buy alcohol smuggling products, like hollowed out hairbrushes or hollowed out umbrellas. But what he said makes him laugh is that often they're feeling so good about getting away with it that they go on social media to show everyone how clever they are. This has been the downfall of many passengers because people send these bragging videos to John and other Carnival reps. They end up looking up the passengers and informing them that they are no longer welcome to cruise with Carnival. So I guess the message here is that if you are determined to sneak in booze, don't go on social media and brag about it. Alright people, we just added some new products to our YouTube shop below this video. We now have these locking luggage straps. Seriously perfect for the airport and when you drop your bags off with the porter. They're brightly colored so you can identify which bag is yours quickly and lockable to keep your luggage safe. Hey, if you liked this video, you'll probably also like the other cruise news episodes that are on the screen right now. Go ahead and give it a click. That's it for Cruise News Central this week. Always remember, no matter what destination you choose, no matter what cruise line you choose, adventure awaits.